Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here with the Unlimited Profits Live Q&A. I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. I absolutely just love doing these every single week. Not only to be able to provide support and help everybody in the field, but I also just love meeting everybody and hearing what kind of questions out there and really supporting and helping everybody. So before we get started, there's a couple reasons for this call. One is obviously for everybody that's involved with Unlimited Profits, we always want to make sure that you know that you can come to a place and have the answers for your questions, regardless if you're new, you've been in the business for a while. We always want to make sure that it doesn't matter where you're at in the company or where you got started, that you always have support. Another amazing way to start using these events is for people that might be on the fence. They might have just watched the company overview yesterday for the first time. They might be checking out a couple videos and they're on the fence. I can't tell you guys how many people have decided to join with Unlimited Profits, purely on the fact of just how much support we have. A lot of companies or online companies, once you sign up, it's like, hey, there's the info, take care of it. Not too many of you can jump on with the master distributor and the top reps, and every once in a while also the owner of the company jumps on these calls. So I think it's a great place to promote, to have people on the fence jump on. And of course, the last reason is for training. You might not have any questions right now. You might have it all figured out, but maybe questions will come up in the future. Maybe you can hear how some of the black diamonds and the triple diamonds and the master distributors answer the questions, and it can help you in the future become a more successful and stronger leader. So with that said, if this is your first time, I'm going to post the link right now on the event page where you saw this. If you're watching on roberthollis.tv, you can go to the Unlimited Profits, either regular page or the pro page, or if you look up Robert Hollis Jr., I have the link on my page as well. And on that event page, I just post a link in the chat where you can see a link that you can join us live. So with that said, I see our numbers climbing up right now as far as our viewers. So hopefully we have some people join us here soon, and very excited to do the show today. So with that said, I'm looking forward to hearing from everybody. Also, if this is one of your first live events and you've never done a Google Hangout before and you're not sure if you want to jump on live, on the event page, you can go ahead and leave comments and, just type comments in there, and I'll frequently look back at look back at the event page and answer your questions there as well. So with that said, hey guys, come on and jump on. I see we got a lot of viewers here. We just don't have anybody that's joined us live yet. Let me see. I'll maybe repost the link here. Join us live here. Click the link below. I'm surprised we don't have any viewers on or people on here yet, and that's okay. I know that the more that we're making changes with the system and making it better and better, I personally notice as the company's growing and we're making the system better that we have less questions. We really pride ourselves on developing a system and videos to basically walk people through word for word, step by step on exactly what to do. I've had so many people, when I reach out to them and say, hey, do you ever any questions? They're going, no, it's pretty straightforward to me. So with that said, I see we got our first person on. We got Susan. How are you doing? Congratulations on hitting diamond.
Thanks, Robert. It was wonderful. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing it even better now that you're on here with me.
Thank you.
So how is your day going in Australia?
Well, it's only 11 o'clock in the morning here, and it's been great so far. I've had some wonderful conversations with people, and just loving life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any questions or anything for me?
Not really. It's I've just had so many pops and ahas, and I've been actually going back through the training. I've started it again, and with my partner, and just all the things that are coming to light that he's even noticing that I didn't before, and we're discussing it. And so doing it as a partnership, it's amazing because you're both on the same path. Do you know what I mean? And my partner is only just learning how to use a computer now. He has no idea how to type, so I have to teach him that. So he's very old school. But he's actually getting excited about where this is going to lead him as well. So it's just great. It's great.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again on hitting diamond. And, you know, you're absolutely right about going through the mentorship again. You know, I see we have Melody on here, and she's by far one of our top income earners. And she's somebody that has openly said that she's gone through the mentorship course 7 times. And, you know, it's just like anything with a really good book or a really good movie. You know, you're in a different place in your life or a different awareness. And when you go back through it again, not only do you learn more, but you pick up on things that you didn't pick up on the first time around.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you know, for everybody watching this, you know, I can tell everybody there is a direct correlation of people that are struggling versus people that are having success with unlimited profits, of the people that's not only gone through the mentorship course, but learned it. You know, there's a big difference between just going through it. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've had people go, well, you know, I went through the pro mentorship course, now what? It's like, were you listening when you went through it? You know, so I always tell people when you're going through that stuff is really take it serious like you're going to school. You know, if you were going back to school to learn how to be an accountant and you were going through a course, wouldn't you study it intensely and you would take notes and there's a test afterwards? You know, even a test to prove that you know the knowledge before you can even get a degree? You know, sometimes I think about this, and of course we would never do it, but, you know, until we gave you your affiliate link, you have to take a test proving that you went through the pro show. No.
That'd be scary. Everyone's answers would be so different. There is actually one thing I wanted to ask you. I don't know if I probably should have done it on here, but it doesn't matter. I've just been recently talking to someone I dearly love. She's actually part of my family, and she's been asking how I've been going. So, of course, you know, we talk more than what you'd normally do with a stranger to explain what you're doing. And I was actually talking with her this morning, and she's very old school. She's yeah, when I talk to her about, you know, what it's been doing for me and helping me and whatnot, with my mindset and everything, she's one of these that's coming back all the time saying, oh, yes, but everyone knows this. It's common sense. You know, you just have to decide you want to change yourself. I know all that. We blah, 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 blah. But I think that type of person that she is, the personality that she is, I was only just thinking about it before we came on here, was the fact that maybe if I succeed, I get what I've been looking for in helping other people and all that as well. But if I succeed and my life is changing and she can see that, maybe then she might see. You know, I mean, some people have to see things happen before they'll come on.
So you would think so. Believe it or not, and you know, there's 2 ways to handle it, and don't take offense to this because I know you said you loved her dearly, is that, you know, usually the know-it-alls are people that, you know, if they knew it all, you should be able to look at their bank account, you should be able to look at their lifestyle, and if they really knew it all, their lifestyle would reflect that. The second is, you know, that's one of those things, and sorry, I'm going to turn this light on. It seems like it's a little dark in here. You know, when I first got started, is people would always say that to me, is, hey, you know what, when you have success, when you make money, you know, then I'll join. So I focused, I got success, and went back to all my friends and family that told me no, and guess what they told me then?
No.
Well, you got to be in the beginning of those things.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
it's one of those things that if they're making excuses, they'll just come up with another excuse. They're either not at the right place at their time, or right place in their life for an opportunity right now, or maybe they just won't get it. You know, I've covered this a lot, that, you know, I think that's one of the problems people have, is they're going out there and piquing the interest and asking the $1,000,000 question to people, is because, yeah, in a great universe, if you pique the interest of 10 and they all said 10 and joined, that would be awesome. But that's, reality is never going to happen. You know, you have
No.
people that are, just not open to stuff. You have people that, believe it or not, there's people that actually like being sick and tired and being sick and tired. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I love
agree.
the statement is misery loves company. You know, I'm sure each and every one of us right now can point to somebody we know in our lives. Either you love them or you hate them, but they always have chaos in their life. They always have drama in their life, and it almost seems like they enjoy it because they keep attracting it.
It's probably my way of thinking is they've always had it, so they don't know any different, and they're too scared to
Yeah,
try something new. So there's
yeah,
that big fear, isn't there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look to any successful person, I don't care if it's in real estate, being an entrepreneur, being a marketer, not one of them will say, wow, personal development and growing, I don't think that's really necessary to become successful.
Yeah, well, that's basically what she did say, but in the way of, I don't need someone else to tell me it, I already know. And I'm thinking, well, you don't. And that's so
Exactly.
hard, isn't it, when it's someone you love?
It is. It is. I've been with, even nutritional companies that the product is proven to help with what my friends are dealing with, and they still won't take the product.
Yeah,
It's just,
I've got that too. I've got that too with
yeah,
her.
it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So, you just got to move on and, lead by example and pray they might get it. But, honestly, it's funny now, the people that I've worked with over the years, over 10 years of being in marketing, how many of my friends and family have joined? Like,
Probably not many, knowing the same as me.
yeah, maybe two. So
Yeah.
you're talking from somebody who's made over millions in commissions, that's lived an amazing lifestyle, that's had success and had personal development, and all my friends and family got to see that transformation from high school dropout, somebody that's been in jail, to what I am today, and they still won't join. So
It's got to be a big fear or something that they've got, or they don't believe they can do it. And as you said, they think that, oh, you've got to get in on the ground floor. And yeah, so, well,
yeah.
I've just proved you don't have to get in on the ground floor.
Exactly, exactly. So all I do is lead by example, and if they are somebody you truly love, like we always say is Scott asked me the definition of success, I believe, on the last show, and now I love being in a position that even though I have skeptical, negative family members, that when they come to me for help because they can't pay rent, I'm here to help them.
Yeah. Thank you. I won't take up all your time. But
Okay,
thank you
thank
for
you so much,
helping.
Susan. I appreciate you. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Awesome. So next person I'll jump on is Melody. How are you doing, sweetie?
Fabulous. It's a wonderful, wonderful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was even below 100 in Arizona today. It was beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's been warm, but you know what? If you look at the day, at the beginning of the day, the right way, no matter what's going on, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's all what you make of it, right?
Right, right. I have a question for you today.
Absolutely.
I've been asked this question a few times, and I might have asked it on a Q&A in the past, but it keeps coming up. Is there a particular person or a type of person with, does it matter what type of background or experience or anything somebody comes to Unlimited Profits with that gives them an advantage of having more success than another?
That's a great question. Here's and this is the best way that I can answer that. You know, because a lot of people might even wonder this when you see, you know, you see somebody that joins Unlimited Profits and it's all of a sudden like out of nowhere, they're a diamond and they're a double diamond and they're a triple diamond. And then you have other people that's been in for, 60, 30, 60, even 90 days and are just starting to, get some momentum. And what's the biggest difference between the two? Now, one, it could be that they already had a network. So you always have to ask yourself is what kind of person was that person before joining Unlimited Profits? So see, if you were like me, I was an introvert. I had like 5 or 6 friends and they were all broke, skaters. So with me starting in a business like this, it really took me a while to get going because I had to work on my communication skills. I had to work on, networking and being able to talk to strangers, even worked on having a positive attitude in life. I had a lot to work on as I was growing through the company. Now, on the other hand, we all know those people that are like the life of the party. That, hey, if I invite Doug to my birthday party, that's all I have to invite because if Doug's coming, everybody's coming. Everybody knows Doug. Everybody loves him. You go to a football game and it's like there's people screaming across, hey, Doug, yeah. And hey, listen, Doug's moving and 50 people show up when you got other people that, they're moving and nobody will show up. So you never know, and sometimes I really lead it to is what kind of person you were before you started Unlimited Profits. See, are you the kind of person where if it's like, hey, I'm moving, when you ask somebody, it's like, hey, can I do a huge personal favor? The $1 million question, and it's like, oh no, what's Melody going to ask me for this time? Does she need to borrow money again? Does she need me to babysit again? Is she moving again? I helped her move last time, and when I needed help, that she was never there for me. Not saying that about Melody, obviously, but you guys get my point, is that, sometimes people just lead a life up until this point. What's a great point is just like me, you can change every spot that you have. So I think that, if anything would give somebody advantage is if they were already, outgoing and had a network of people. If you're the kind of person that's got 300, 400, 500 contacts in your phone, you're probably going to do extremely well with Unlimited Profits. If you are like, now here's another great way of putting it, like my brother Matthew. My brother Matthew probably had 10 phone numbers in his phone, and it was me, his brother, his mom, his dad, his grandparents, and his uncles and nieces. That was the only phone numbers he had in there. So you can take what, Matthew would be considered as has the lower end advantage, and now him and Hannah are the top income earners of the company. They're absolutely rocking it right now, and it took them, 7 months to accomplish that? So, there could be an advantage of being that, but I also believe that there's also an advantage of being down and out. Because you have people that, I know it's a long answer to your question, but you have people that, everything's going great for them. They have a lot of friends. They're great networkers. They love life, and they don't necessarily, have an ambition or drive to do anything better. And like we've all heard success stories, I always love bringing up, I always remember one of the first GoPro events we went to, and they had the panel of millionaires, and there's 5 or 6 people up there, including my dad. My dad tells a story that he was an auto mechanic and broke his leg and lost everything he had and was hiding his car from the repo man. And the next guy was going, yeah, I had a great life, but then I got a drug addiction, and I lost my family, I lost everything I had. And the next person, I was a criminal and I went to jail. And the next person, and Eric Worre gets up there and says, listen, guys, I just need to disclose that you don't have to be a drug addict, lose everything you own, or go to jail to become a millionaire in network marketing. So that's almost an edge, because there's those people that are going, it's fight or flight. It's their backs up against the wall, and they're going to make this happen, because if not, they don't got another option. So, I guess me keep trying to answer that question. I guess there really is no benefit. It really just depends on you.
Well, thank you so much. I know I talk to a lot of people, Robert, and I tell people, because I came with absolutely no skills. I mean, there are a lot of people that have been in network marketing. There are people that have been in affiliate marketing, salespeople. But I find that people that have been in sales have the most difficult time unlearning what they know. Absolutely. And just having the right mindset, the right attitude, coming at people the right way. So, but I tell people, look, I didn't know anything, and I had a lot of work to do on me, and still do. And if I can do this, and you're better off than I am, you know more than I do, then you're going to have no problem. So, and it doesn't matter, warm market, cold market, whatever, desperation, inspiration, it's all good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melody. I appreciate you. And for everybody that's jumping on and watching too, like I said, Melody's one of our top income earners in a Black Diamond. She's just, I guess the nickname she has is the mother of unlimited profit. So if anybody's got any questions whatsoever, you want to direct them directly towards Melody. You don't have to be for me as well. Please feel free to ask her. So thank you so much for being on, Melody. We all appreciate you. So the next person I want to bring on is the Mr. King of Consistency, Mr. Scott Kloster, another one of our Black Diamonds. How you doing, brother? You there? Oh, you're muted, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you loud and clear, brother.
You know better to ask that question. If I was doing any better, there'd be 10 of me.
Awesome, man.
Awesome. I'm just super excited to be here. I don't miss any events. So, I always be on these events because people see and they do what you do. So, my question really is this. I can only imagine, but what kind of results can someone expect to get who show up to these live events?
How could I say this? Results are going to vary, but I'm telling everybody right now that's watching this is that the people that show up to the most events are going to win. Bottom line, just like Melody said, when she started, she had no, really no skills, which I didn't. And, people will always, sometimes compliment me. And I thank people that, I'm a good presenter or I'm good at, certain things. And the only reason for that is I've never missed an event. Not only has I never missed an event, but I would show up early to make sure I was sitting in the front row. This is before we had Google Hangouts like this, and I would always take notes. I know Melody and Scott know this very well because we've worked together for a while. That, my gosh, how many times did we sit together and watch my father do an overview?
Thousands.
Thousands. And how many times was I taking notes every time?
Every time.
Every time. So, results are going to vary, but I'm telling you guys, if you're looking at yourself and you want to be a Black Diamond, you want to make a full-time income, you want to make this serious, you got to treat it serious like a business. These events would be like practice or events for, sports players. It's like, hey, I want to be a champion and I want to work for or play for the Lakers. I just don't want to show up to practice.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Not are you probably not going to have success, but you're probably going to get cut from the team. So, these are, in my opinion, should be necessary. It doesn't, like I said, even these Q&As, it's funny because there's people that make excuses to not get on these because they don't have any questions, but yet we've got two of our top income earners that were the two first people on this event.
Yep.
That should be a clue for everybody watching this. So, like I said, results are going to vary, but your chances go way, way higher, from being on these events every single week. So thank you so much, Scott, for asking that.
Sure, no problem. Just gotta lead by example. You got to be the one on there,
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we've gone as far, and I've seen my father do this, guys, is, in other companies, if people wouldn't show up to the trainings, he wouldn't work with them. Yeah, I mean, I know that kind of sounds harsh, but, we always say this is why help people not willing to help themselves. And it's like, imagine Scott coming to me and saying, Robert, listen, I really need your help. I got some questions. Wow, I didn't see you on the Pro Show or the Q&A. Why? You should have probably got on those. If you don't have 2 hours to jump on an event that can change your life, why should I take my time to help you?
Exactly.
Now, I know that sounds harsh, and me and Dad are such givers, and we love helping people that it's always hard to say no to people. But sometimes I wish we did have that stance with people that wanted to take it serious. So thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that.
Sure, no problem.
Awesome, brother. So, and once again, too, Scott's, like I said, Mr. King of Consistency, another one of our Black Diamonds. So if anybody's got any questions for him or Melody, please feel free to reach out to them. And with that said, guys, I see we have a lot of people that are on here. So I'm going to, once again, on the event page that you joined us, you can, right below this video, you can see a link. I just posted it right now to join us live, because we've got a lot of viewers, but not too many people on there. But hey, that's okay. Like I said before when we got started, I know our system's getting better and better every day. The videos are getting better, and I don't see the problem that we have a lot of viewers that don't have questions. If you're just on here watching, that's fine too. So with that said, I'm going to go just start from the left over here. I even see that Mr. Doug's got his hand raised. How you doing, brother?
Well, blessed and highly favored.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for being on, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. This is a couple-part question, and it's for Scott first and then Melody. And the question is, do you ever have bad days, you guys being top money earners in the company? Do you ever have bad days? Do you ever want to quit? And what do you do to get out of that slump? So first to Scott.
Of course, I have bad days a lot of the days, and I always want to quit. But I always, what I do is I always call a Melody, and she pumps me up. So I suggest getting somebody like a workout partner, because they can encourage you like Melody, and that's how I kind of keep myself motivated every day. So yeah, I have bad days, and I just call a Melody, and she cheers me up every day. So that's my answer to that.
All right. Thank you very much, Scott. How about Melody? Melody, jump in there and give me that answer.
Well, you know very well that I have. Of course, we all have bad days and days that we don't feel like talking to somebody, or days that we just, we're tired of looking at the computer. But, I think about my why, and I've got my why just as big as can be, and I just focus on that. That keeps me going. But then there's also this other thing, this commitment that I made, not only for changing my own life and to reach my why, but it's the commitment I made to my team. So when they're calling and they're saying, can you do a Google Hangout at 4? Can you do a Google Hangout at 5? Can you do a Google? And, Junior, Robert knows this very, very well, because he's done this for me. I need to do that and make myself accessible and do that and give my team, my family, the same that he gave to me, for them to be able to reach their whys. So sure, we always have bad days, but it really is, you have to. I like to wake up in the morning, and not a lot of people know this, but I'll have, I'll turn something on that inspires me. I usually fall asleep listening to one of Robert's trainings. And then, I'll listen to something that inspires me. Maybe it's a song that gets me all excited during the day. I'm literally, dancing around, singing in a hairbrush. I mean, that's me. Or I'm listening to something that is going to motivate me that day. And, I go over my gratitude journal. If I can't think of something right then at that moment to be grateful for, I'll just turn back a day or two. And, it's those things that I'm grateful for that really kind of make me smile. And if you're smiling, you really can't have that bad of a day. So that's my answer.
Thanks a lot, Melody. That was a great answer. You too, Scott. And the last part of the question is to Robert, and that's how excited are you, Robert, for this event that's coming up next month?
Oh, man, I am jacked up. you know, what's so funny about this event is, you know, working with my father for over a decade and going to just huge events. You know, I've been at events where, you know, it's 7,000, 8,000 people, 12,000 people, you know, just massive, massive events. And my father's actually been one of the main speakers. But I've never, you know, seen my father do a complete event. I've heard him talk about this for 10 years. I've seen the journals on journals on journals where there's certain parts of certain areas, and this is why you bring it up, and this is why you do it for live events. But I've never seen him host his own event like this. So I'm going to be as floored just as much as every one of you guys. You know, just like I said before, you lead by example, and I'm sure most people know, but, you know, I'll sneak in there before anybody else to make sure I get a seat in the front and center. You know, I will have a fresh journal there, and I know that, you know, for everybody watching this, if you haven't been to a live event, see, I've said this over and over again, you know, as we're growing Unlimited Profits, is that I believe the old school is dying, you know, holding, you know, weekly meetings and holding home meetings and office meetings are just becoming more and more obsolete every single day. But there is one thing that the internet cannot replace, is a live event. You know, if you've never been to a live event and experienced it, you know, it can be life-changing, truly, truly life-changing. And, you know, the best way that I can, you know, really explain it to people is that, you know, a couple different ways is that, hey, guess what? You know, you can turn on the television and watch the Trojans play football, and it's exciting and it's fun. But if you show up to the stadium and you sit in the 10th row, it's a little bit of a different experience, isn't it, Doug? You know, just like musicians. See, we all know a musician or music that's your favorite band or your favorite artist, and you know the whole album by heart, and you know all the songs by heart. But if you've ever showed up and seen them live in concert, it's a whole different experience. You know, that's why people still sell out events. That's why the Staples Center still sells out, even though the Lakers played terrible last year. But I'm telling you guys, if you've never been to a live event or seen my father speak live, you know, there's one thing, and I can speak from personal experience, is that, you know, you can get pumped up and you can get motivated and you can, you know, come up with a great training and sit in a, you know, I want, you know, even for you guys to understand is I love doing these Q&As because I get to look at everybody. I get to see people's reactions. But on pro shows, when you're just in an empty room staring at a camera, you know, I do my best to get my energy up and convey with passion. But when you're standing in front of a group of people, I've never seen anybody other than maybe Tony Robbins that can feed off a crowd and build energy up as fast and as powerful as my father. So it's been a while since I've seen him speak live, and I've never seen him do his first and only event. I'd gladly pay $1,000, $2,000 for this event. So I'm jacked out of my mind. And for people that missed this one, you know, for it to be the flagship, you know, in history, the first event that he's done, it's going to be fun. You know, that's the other thing I love about it. They're just fun because, you know, it's been a while since I've seen you, Doug, and Melody, and Bob, and Scott, and, you know, I can't wait to see you guys and give everybody hugs and have a great, great time. So I could talk forever about how jacked up I am. I'm sure you guys can see how excited I am.
Well, thank you for that answer, and I just want to add that, boy, if people miss this, they just need to go out and do anything and everything they can to get the money together to see this event, because seeing your dad speak changed my mind about network marketing 10 years ago, and I just thrive on seeing him talk every time I do. So thanks for everybody's answers. Really appreciate it. I'll go back to the other site and watch it from there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doug. I appreciate you, and great, great questions, man. It's always a privilege to have you on, brother. So the next person is going in order here. Looks like Flora. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. Thank you for being on. How's your day
Yes,
going?
doing great. Actually, this is my first time ever joining you guys with a Q&A.
Awesome.
So, usually I work Wednesday, but somehow I just take the time off for personal reason. So anyway, I jump in here and I have a couple questions.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, first off, welcome to your first Q&A. Thank you for jumping on.
Thank you.
I know it can be intimidating sometimes for your first one, so I congratulate you for getting on here.
Thank you. I have two questions. One of them, like me, I have a job outside my house, and I'm a full-time mom. And how can you get a game plan or time to do this unlimited profits?
Great question. The first way that I can answer this is you can only do your best. And, I love, one of my favorite mentors and trainers is Jim Rohn. And, he always said it the best is the power of part-time. You work full-time at your job and part-time on your fortune. So whatever you can do, whatever you can slot aside is good enough. And of course, as your results get better and you can start, making some extra money to slot aside some more time and get assistance to help you with this, you can grow as the company grows. And the second thing is that I just always believe in stories. If you look at some of the stories that we have with unlimited profits, like Hendra and some of the other people that, are really strapped for time, that do raise children, but they found the time as well. So I think a lot of people get overwhelmed, but, I know there's a lot of stories out there of mothers that had full-time jobs that made it a priority to work part-time on their fortune that made it happen as well.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
all I can say is that, if they can do it, I know you can do it too. And don't feel bad, for not being able to put all those hours in. I always say that look at this as, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So how long does it take to get a degree? 4 years, sometimes even more. So what if all that happened is you put in as much time as you could, you stayed consistent, and guess what? In 4 years from now, you could quit your job. Would that still be okay?
Oh, I love that. I've been in my job for 9 years, no result. So
Bingo. See, so what a lot of people do is they get frustrated because they hear the stories of the Scott Klosters and the Melodies and the Hendras, and they know they can only put a couple hours in, and once there's 30, 60, 90 days pass and they're only making a couple extra $100 a month. You just got to think, Flora, how many people have been in network marketing for 2-3 years that still don't make $200-300? So as long as you just stay consistent with it and know that, your hard work and persistence will pay off. And the most amazing thing about that is I know that the more results you get and the bigger your group grows, the more that you're going to be excited to find that extra time. Just like I know Melody, when she started and everybody said, oh my gosh, for her to make the money and grow as fast as she did was amazing. But, I know there was nights me and Melody were talking and it's both like, we were mumbling to each other because we were operating off of like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Yeah. But guess what? I know she's sleeping good now, and was it worth that sacrifice in the beginning, Melody? Yeah. So it's all on your excitement, so if you put in a couple hours and all of a sudden you see your income go to $200-300, now it's like, well, maybe I don't need 8 hours, maybe I could operate on 7, or maybe I really don't need to watch those TV shows, or certain things. So I know I'm going around a bunch of different ways to answer that, but at the end of the day, just know if others can do it, so can you, and you can only do your best.
That sounds really good. And like I said, like I always watch you and you said, success is all different meaning to different people. And what I'm getting is, my kids seeing how you guys, Robert Hollis, with the mentorship and, 14 years old, 11 years old, they have, really good mindset. than the people that's my age that don't know nothing. So I just want to say thank you so much, because it does really help me with my, attitude. I become good mom, good wife. So I just want to say thank you so much for you and your dad's doing, because you guys blessing so many people. So,
Well,
and my question is done, so I'm just gonna go so that somebody can come in.
okay, well, thank you so much. You made my week, and to hear you talk like that is really makes it worth it for all the sacrifice we do. And I really even love when you said that with your kids, because I really believe that if you can instill in them an early age the positive thinking and the right mindset. I tell my son every night he's destined for greatness, because it's going to be scary what that kid's going to do, because I just put it in his head every single day that he's going to be able to be better than his dad. So, thank you so much for sharing. You really made my week, Flora, and that I know we haven't talked too much personally, but you can reach out to me personally for anything, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for getting on our first Q&A. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. So the next person that we had jump on, I know he's running around like a madman, it looks like, is Jaime. How you doing, brother? You there? You got to unmute yourself, my friend.
I'm doing fine. Just visiting my daughter.
Oh,
I'm on
awesome.
my phone.
Awesome, man. See, you got for us, brother?
Every day I do talk to people and stuff like that. So little by little, you told me it's gonna happen if you just keep on being consistent. I take baby steps. That's how I see it.
Yep, absolutely, brother. Just gotta stay consistent and have faith, man. If it works for other people, it can work for you.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jaime, for jumping on. I always enjoy seeing you on here, and appreciate your comments, my friend.
Yeah, it's right now in a low valley.
Awesome. You were breaking up there a little bit, but I think I heard Melody, and I maybe you're trying to say she's awesome, and I agree with you.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, bye. Have a good
one. Have a blessed day. So the next person I want to bring on is Mr. Bob Klein. How are you doing, brother? Great to see you on here.
Thank you, Robert.
How you doing? We can't see you. I don't know if you're. Oh, there you go. Hey,
yeah,
come on. You got to copy me and Scott's background. Come on.
You won't believe this, but we go to a garage sale, and there are these two screens, and I'm going, I can't believe this.
That's awesome.
Right? So I said, I've seen those somewhere before.
Hey, we should put up an affiliate link for that as a product. We'd probably make a lot of money.
Yeah, no kidding. Quick question, just the tickets, how many are left? Because I know that they're going down really fast.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. I know it's funny because on those links, and I asked Dad about that, a lot of times when it says what's left isn't accurate. But if you go to the Unlimited, I'm checking for you real quick here.
It says 27 right now.
Says 27, yeah, and that's what I said. Dad said that's not always accurate, so I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, so that's looks like 27 as of right now.
Okay, thank you. You know, we've when way back we had Robert come to Portland, and he spent an entire week, and we just went from meeting to meeting to meeting, and we did some larger meetings. You know, when I say larger, there were maybe 25 or 30 people there. And Robert, you know, he is so good on stage. I can't, at every event, but when he's with a small group like that, oh my goodness, he plays with the audience. He works individually with them. It's just a different thing entirely. And I know Robert Jr., you've seen him hundreds of times, and Scott and Melody, but I'm really excited that people are going to get that as an opportunity. And then, of course, as soon as we saw that he was going to do it in L.A., there's already a group in Portland, and they want him to come there. So we're going to be lobbying for get on the schedule, however that gets done.
Awesome.
To have him come up there. So
awesome, man.
Anyway, thank you for answering the question.
Hey, no problem. Well, thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When I watched the overview last night, I didn't hear you say that free members still can make $5 when they sign up a pro, but I'm assuming that's...
No, we actually got rid of that part.
Okay, so the only way people can make money is by being a pro and signing up pros.
Yeah. Now, and by the way, I got your message on Facebook, Bob, and man, that touched me so deeply. I appreciate you. I didn't get back to you because I wanted to have free time to actually call you. So thank you first off for that message, man. You freaking made my month. But what people can do is if they're a free member, they can sign up 2 pros, and instead of getting paid $5 for the pro, what we do is you can put the $50 in commission off of both of those to pay for your pro membership.
Got it. Okay.
So even though I guess on paper it goes, well, you got rid of the being able to make money with being a free member. Well, instead of paying somebody $5, we're now saying we'll pay you $50 if you can get 2 and it pays for your membership.
Wow, that is really good.
Yeah. So in my opinion, it's even better. Now, with that said, and since we're on a Q&A, and I know we have a lot of people watching, guess how many people have been able to do that? Yeah, 0.
It hasn't happened yet, but I think somebody will.
I think somebody will. Now, the only reason why I brought that up is because I think there's there's 2 things that are happening. One is the level of commitment to actually take this serious, and 2 is Melody brought it up earlier in this show. The farther away you can be from a salesperson, the better off you're going to be.
Right.
So listen, Bob, you should really go pro, because I know the pro mentorship course is really going to help you and your family. It's helped people with depression. I mean, the weekly shows are amazing. Well, really, what has it done for you? Well, I haven't gone through it, but I think you should, so I can make $50 off you.
Right.
See, there's, not only is it a level of commitment, but I just like I said before, is that when people really go through the pro mentorship and they believe that it's helping with them, whether it benefited them in any way, and B, that it can help other people that they're talking to, now they have the belief. So
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so I know there is places and there is countries, like we're in South Africa or South America, that a $99 to them is like $1,000 US for us. I mean, that's serious money. So we always want to have that option there. And I know people are going to be able to pull it off, but the only reason why I brought that up is I believe people make that as an excuse. Where it's like, well, I don't want to make that commitment, so what I'll do is try it out and send my affiliate link out, and if I get 2 pros, then I'll take it serious. In reality, that hasn't happened yet, and I don't see it normally happening with people if they can't take it serious and be a product of the product in the first place.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, so I just wanted to disclose that, and even being live here, because I've been saying that recently, is a lot of people go, well, I'm really jacked up and excited, so what I'm going to do is get my first people to go pro, and then I'll upgrade. And it's like, how can you expect somebody to do something that you won't?
Right.
Yeah, it's like me trying to tell you that Toyota is the best car in the market. I'm a salesperson, and then you see me jump in my Chevrolet and drive off. It's like, I'm definitely not buying a car from this guy. And people wonder why they can't find any people that want to upgrade. You know what I mean?
Right.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Bob. That great question, though. Thanks for clarifying that.
You're welcome.
Awesome, brother. So the last person that we got on here is BJ. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing blessed. I see you got a guest with you.
My recruit, my first recruit.
Awesome.
This is
I don't know what the policies and procedures are on that, but I'll let that one slide.
He's not very duplicatable.
Yeah.
I really don't have a question. Well, kind of, sort of. First of all, I want to let you know that you guys are doing such a good job that yesterday I was so busy. I was just making contacts and shoving links out and trying to start conversations. And 8 of my 14 contacts already knew you, and somebody had already pitched us, and they said it's not right for me and so forth. And I said, okay, I'm going to come back. But anyway, 8 out of 14, that's almost half, guys, of every one that I did. So
and I bet 7 out of those 8 Scott talked to.
That could be. I haven't gotten back with them yet, but yes, that's true. And my question comes from that.
Okay.
So when, let's say they've been approached, and I know how I would handle it on a network marketing level, but when they've already been approached and I'm asking questions, well, was there something about it that you didn't find attractive, or was it a money issue, or is the timing not right, or I'm asking questions and stuff, and they're side dancing, and I'm feeling like I don't want to push them at that point because they've already been approached, and I don't want to leave Unlimited Profits with a bad taste in their mouth. So how do I do that?
The best way to do that is just to tell your story. You know, so hey, I know you've been approached already, and it wasn't, wasn't a fit for you, but I decided to go pro, and I went through the mentorship, and so even if what's the harm in you telling your story and how it's affected you and how it's motivated you, and saying, listen, I know this may not be for you, but I just wanted to tell you what it's done for me, and I know it could probably really benefit you, but if it's not right for you, it's not right for you. I just wanted to share with you my story.
And who do you know wants to make money?
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, because see, I always tell people is when somebody says no, they're not necessarily saying no. They're just saying I don't know enough. KNOW. So maybe the person that approached them didn't approach them the right way. You never know. We've got so many affiliates that maybe they approached them with a sales technique. Maybe the person that approached them they didn't relate to. I know.
That's why I didn't want to push it very much, because as I said, I want to represent, and I want to do it with professionalism and integrity, but I don't, as you said, no doesn't always mean no.
Yep.
It's just not right now, and it's not a good time, good fit. So, yeah, I knew. I just didn't know if there was, maybe a rebuttal that I could have come back with other than what I did, but.
Yeah, no, I would just say stories would be the best way, because you're going to relate with people differently. We have, 3 of our top, reps on here right now, Melody, Bob, Scott, and me. And I guarantee that even all 4 of us are in the same company with the same vision, that we could all talk to one person, and that one person might say no or not be interested with 2 or 3 of us, but 1 out of us 4, I know I could talk to somebody that would be like, yeah, I'm not really interested. And if Melody reached out to them and told them her story, they'd be all over it. And vice versa. She could reach out to them, tell them her story, and they're like, yeah, I don't know. And I could go on and be like, hey, man, I used to be a high school dropout. I've been to jail. Now I've made millions of dollars. Really? Let me check this out. You're the guy doing burnouts in the M3, it's just everybody's different, So as long as you just go back to the stories after you sharing your story with them, if they're still not interested, then you just move on. You know what I mean? It's the when you tell the story and they're still not interested. Well, wait a second. Don't you know we pay out 85% in commissions? And don't you know that your upline's probably broke and that's why you're not making money? And don't you know you need to be using the internet to build your business? When you start coming at all those kind of objections and trying to be a closer is when you're starting to get off track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I just thought of something else. On my iPad, when I got the link for, I can't remember. I think it was when I came in pro, and I got a link, and it led me to the Success in Minutes. And when I started clicking on links, there's a whole bunch of videos and stuff that's no longer in that area, or that's available in there, that's not available on my Mac when I click on here. So I'm a little confused, and I don't know when I pull up.
That must have been a glitch or something. You might have got an old link or something. I don't know.
Okay, because when I pull it up on my Mac, I don't get the same type of format, and I know the systems are different, and they will appear different. I know that.
Yeah, it's what they call is HTML3 or something like that, and you know, that's probably one of the top things on our list right now, other than the live event, is to switching our whole back office into, I think it's HTML3. I'm not a tech guy, as most people know that, but where basically when you look at it on your computer and when you look at it on your phone or tablet, it looks the same. But people, you know, with the capture pages, the sales funnel, the contact manager, all the videos and training, it's not one of those things that you can flip a switch and change it all. You know, it's going to cost thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, and probably months of man work to do it all. But it's actually already in the works right now.
Okay, because see, and that was part of my brief confusion. You know, the older I get, the little more gray matter I lose. But what showed up on my iPad was the blogging system. I didn't get it on my Mac.
Huh,
so,
I don't know. That's weird. Have you heard of that before?
You know what I noticed too, Junior? When you're on the free side and you look on it on an iPad, you can see some of the daily training too. It's
Got
weird.
it. Well, we'll handle that off the Q&A. Maybe you guys can send me the links and we can look at that. And anything technical, guys, you guys, for people that know me, I am by far the farthest away from the technical guy as possible. Anything like that, we have an amazing team, is just send in a support ticket, and they're usually on it very, very fast. So if you guys can do me a favor, and BJ, with the exact question that you had, just write it out in a message and send it to support, the support ticket in the bottom left, and Scott, if you could also do that as well, and then they'll know, because now you guys telling me I have to try to do my best in non-tech form to relate it to them, so they can try to figure it out to relate back to you guys, versus just sending it straight to the people that know what they're talking about.
And I'm very sick because I can't be there with you guys in Los Angeles, but next year. I told Melody today.
Awesome.
I have a dream next year, and I will work my butt off to make it come true.
Awesome. Well, from my understanding, Dad will probably be holding a few more of them this year in different parts of the country. So we'll keep everybody informed with that as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, BJ. Melody, I saw your hand go up a couple times. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, well, we're talking about the technical stuff. I'm not a techie either, but I figured something out that might be helpful to everybody. On my phone, when I'm in the back office, when I go in the pro area, I don't always see everything. But if I put my phone on desktop view, it opens up for me. So you might be able to try that with your iPad or your devices, your phones or whatever. That might help too. Perfect. But I do have a quick question for you.
Okay.
Scott asked a great question, and he and I were talking, and that's where we came up with that question. But what can somebody, I've been there, I know, but what can somebody expect to get as results if they apply what your dad teaches at this live event we're going to have this year?
There's no way to explain that. Like I said, it's a life-changing event, and you look back at most people that's had huge, significant, not significant, massive success in networking. 90% of them can point back to a live event that they went to. you know, they had that pop, they had that significant emotional event. You know, I can say it a lot of different ways, you know, between going to a live concert or a live event, or, you know, for people that go to church, when you walk into a massive church, there's just something that you feel there that you can't explain. And, you know, the same thing with these events, guys. I'm telling you, and to be honest, like I said, I can't really even give a 100% clear answer, because I've never seen my dad do his own live event, so I don't know what he's teaching on.
Well, I've seen him on stage, you know, with you guys, and I'm just really excited about this event because I'm a completely different person now. I get to go with this changed a little bit. So that I'm super, super excited.
Awesome. I can say one thing for 100% sure, that you will regret not being able to go. I can tell you that. And not even saying that for BJ. I can understand if there's certain situations, but yeah. But yeah, you will definitely want to be at this event, and you know, I know that it's going to be incredible. We're going to have a lot of video and stuff, so it's going to be. I'm jacked out of my mind for it. I can't wait. Little Ryder is going to be there, so that should be enough for some people to show up. No. Well, awesome. Well, with that said, I see we're right at 7 o'clock here, so I'm going to close it out. I just want to thank each and every one of you for jumping on and participating. These wouldn't be any kind of value if we didn't have anybody jumping on and asking questions. I also want to do a personal thanks to Melody and Scott for also participating and answering with me. And with that said, we've got the pro show tomorrow. I've got a feeling it's been a month since my dad done one, so I'm pretty sure he's ready to go off on everybody. So super excited for that, and of course the Diamond Show on Friday. So with that said, everybody have a wonderful and blessed night. You want to say night to everybody?
Ryder time.
Say just in time. Say night. Say you guys are champions.
Hi, Ryder. Night.
They love you guys. Night. Bye, guys.
Love you, Ryder.